Fitton has new emails proving Clinton espionage crimes. Does Session care? By Rick Wells for rickwells.us. Tom Fitton has new emails that escaped the Clinton shredders and deleters, which prove she was storing and emailing classified info using an unsecured server. Now there's a surprise, right? In the interest of time and recognition of the sad state of affairs when it comes to blatant corruption in the DOJ and congressional leadership, you may want to go ahead and utter something along the lines of, sure, they got the evidence and nothing will come of it, or now Sessions will sit on it, or nothing will happen. They're above the law now, and as you'll certainly be making those comments by the time you finish reading this. Judicial Watch has again produced the goods on the criminals in the Obama regime, primarily on the untouchable royal criminal Hillary Clinton. Today, they released 281 pages of newly uncovered emails from the State Department that Clinton sent and received using her unsecured bootleg server. Despite her lies to the contrary, many of them contained classified information. Some of them so much so that the entire documents were redacted. The emails dated 2010 through 2013 expose conspiracy between the Clinton State Department and the Clinton Foundation and outside agents such as former British Prime Minister and globalist Tony Blair. Judicial Watch reports that 10 of the emails contain classified information which had to be redacted in the interest of national defense or foreign policy. They included information as to confidential sources and involve Israel and the Middle East. Of course, they weren't redacted at the time Clinton was playing loose and reckless with national security and the lives of American operatives. They've only been redacted recently to keep the American people from knowing what was in them. Clinton, Blair, and their profiteering globalist cronies already let our enemies see whatever they wanted. All they had to do was look on her server. According to Judicial Watch, the following examples were sent, received, and stored on the unsecured Clinton server, and there are many more. A document labeled Plan, quote, was completely redacted and as classified. A November 2012 email chain discusses the Mid-East, quote, and includes then Deputy Chief of Staff Jake Sullivan, Blair as ACLB, quote, and Clinton. I don't know what that stands for. Another November 2012 email chain discusses the Mideast and includes Sullivan, Clinton's office manager, Claire Coleman, Blair, and Clinton. A November 2012 email chain, fully redacted, is titled Mideast Peace and includes Blair, Clinton, Obama's special envoy to the Middle East, David Hale, as Hale DM2 at state.gov, Sullivan and Blair's chief of staff and former Downing Street aide Catherine Rimmer. Don't know what those mean, but I guess Judicial Watch knows Tom Fitton. And there are many other examples of reckless disregard for the security of our nation's secrets, the type of gross negligence that James Comey finds acceptable, so long as it's relabeled as extreme carelessness. A June 2011 email regarding Israel includes Blair, Sullivan, Clinton. Blair says, saw Israeli Prime Minister put the concept of a Q statement. He was receptive. Palestinians interested too. I know there are discussions also you guys are having. And the French initiative. In a July 2011 email with several national security redactions written by Blair to Clinton and Sullivan, Blair says, I saw Bibi Malko, chief negotiator in the Israeli negotiating team with the Palestinians. I will speak to David Hale. I can see Cameron and Sharkazi. With David, I saw Egyptians. A September 2010 email exchange is titled Info for You and includes Sullivan, Blair, and Clinton. Blair writes that he just spent 3 hours with Netanyahu and Sullivan using his Sprint BlackBerry. He writes, we have pitched this to redacted. Many of the emails also involve the commingling of Clinton Foundation profiteering with State Department business, Judicial Watch notes. In September 2012 email with subject line Burma, Clinton Foundation official Amitabh Desai briefs Jake Sullivan on Bill Clinton's discussion in Burma. Desai reports in part WJC mentioned work on Clinton Foundation and offered to help in any way. T.S. Than Shui, president of Burma, said he already had asked Hillary Rodham Clinton about WJC Foundation and wanted to invite WJC Foundation to work in Myanmar in collaboration with government agencies and other, negotiators. TS invited WJC to open offices in Rangoon and Mandalay. That same day, Aberdeen writes, Desai, CC's Mills, Sullivan, Fuchs, and 3 other persons whose email address are redacted with the subject line reference, he had versus good meeting with Libya and Burma. HRC looking forward to hearing about Burma. We met at 545. I believe you have downloaded to Jake. In a September 2012 subject, we can go on. I don't really understand all this, but let's just get to the gist of this. $1 million for the Clintons from the huge U.S. aid recipient in Colombia who pocketed $391 million in annual assistance. It's the least they could do for those who control the spigot, the Clintons. Judicial Watch President Tom Fitton said, it is shameful that Hillary Clinton attempted to delete or hide classified information and that Obama appointees James Comey and Loretta Lynch refused to prosecute her. It is clear that the Clintons were using the State Department to run an extensive influence peddling scheme. Americans should be concerned that while untold resources are devoted to the abusive Mueller special counsel investigation of President Trump, this Justice Department seems uninterested in prosecuting the Clintons. Very true. Very true. I don't know what to make of all of this. It's true. The Justice Department does not want to prosecute the Clintons. Really, it is amazing. That's why she's so arrogant. It's like, you can't touch this. That song, yeah. Even though we all pray to see this picture in reality of Hillary, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.